Very good morning. I'm Dr.S.Manikandan. Today the discussion is based on to share the detail about the Java interface. So now I can start the discussion about the Java interface. Yes, as of we aware of interface is one of the important feature in Java, one of the important properties in Java. One of the features in Java. So actually, normally the typical meaning for interface is connection or connectivity, or else connecting multiple classes. Especially in Java, why we go for interfaces? At the same time, we can access multiple classes and their methods. So interface is a feature. Interface is used for connecting multiple classes. So we know about the classes and of each class they have their own object, they have methods, and then data member function, which we are using in the programming, especially in Java. So while we can implement the interface is a feature. So at the same time, we can connect a multiple. For example, here we have three classes, namely as class A, likewise the class B, likewise we have a class. So I want access the classes from A, B, C. We have three different classes or three different models here. I need a feature, I need a method, I need a functions. Otherwise, we call it as we need to use this all these three classes to my program. For example, D is one class and E is one class. So for D and E class, we can access. For example, D class get an input from multiple classes. For example, it's getting input from A. We can get an input from B. We can get input from C. So likewise, E is a class, we can get A, B, and C. So it's look like multiple inheritance. So but in Java, multiple inheritance can replace it. So we want to connect at the same time multiple classes. They can use the features, they can use the methodology, they can use the objects from multiple services. So suppose we want to implement this interface, so we need to follow some steps. Step 1, create interface and specify the abstract method. So we can define the method, with no need to give an explanation. No need to give explanation or no need to expand the method. That's why it is called it as abstraction. So we can define what is the method you want. Expand this, we can define the method. We can use it in step 2. When calling from multiple class, we can use the keyword implement. Implements is a keyword which is used to connect interface class. Step 3, expand or explain the interface method in other calling classes. So if we want to follow these three steps to implement it. For example, I will take one program to implement this. Consider we have a printer. we have a 60 computers, for example, we have a 60 computers in the lab, and all the computers are connected with lab, and we need to set up a tab printer for printing. So we can implement this is by using interface. We have 60 computers, consider it as 60 different classes. All the 60 computers are connected with one LAN. So we need to we need to set up one printer so we can connect with the printer to the printing operation because the printer have a function name is. So each computer, if you communicate with the printer means each printer can. For example, printer which, for example, I'm connecting with this number one computer, I can print a PDF document. We select, I will take 15th computer, I'm printing some bad document. If likewise, we can do the printing operation. So I want to implement, this is an interface program. So I will use some online compiler to do this process. I will use some different online compilers available. I will take Java online compiler, even GDP compiler I will take. Here, I can do the interface, for example, interface name is printer. So this one class, they have a method name is public void printing. Public void some printing. So no need to explanation is abstract method. Why is abstract method? It's a printer, they have a predefined function. It's a printing. So if you want to expand the printing, so what are the document I want to print from the class, you can print it. For example, printing is a method. Printing method is created in interface. If you want to expand the printing, we need to do it. For example, this is a class. Computer one implements interface. Means that I connect a computer in the lab. So the here meaning is computer one is one set class and it is connected or used the property of printer interface class. So what is the thing is, suppose you want to expand the printer public void printing. I can expand it. What I can expand is system. What are the system dot out dot printing PDF. From the main class, you can create a object for computer one class. So you enable Java feature. I consider object name is C and computer one. Object is created for computer one class. Then from object, we can call the method name is print. So we can execute, we can get an operation. So for the PDF document. So consider this is a small program for explanation about the interface. So interface created with the name of printer. Inside the printer, I can printing some document. So just it's abstract method. Why it's abstract method? So no need to explanation. If it's a printer having the predefined function name is printing, whatever thing you want to make a print from the class, you can expand it. For example, class computer one implement printer. So we can do class with computer one is created and which is going to implement, which is going to use the properties of printer interface. So inside the printer interface, I can expand the printing. So you can use any other method that is up to you. But if it's connected to the interface, we can do that. Inside that, I can do some operations. Here, operation just I can do the system.out, just printing statement I use. You can use any kind of operation from the main class. You can call the object. So likewise, we can create another computer. For example, computer class computer 60 implements printer. So again, inside that I use the same method, interface method expansion. Here I can print document printing. So from the main we can create object. I can use a C1 object name, new computer 60. So So C1 dot printing. So just I can call the method, just you can do it. Now it's going to execute it. The program can be documented. This is the example for one interface. If you want to use a multiple interface, for example, I create another one interface, same computer lab, I can create another interface name. Here is the printer is correct. I can connect it with the scan. Beside this, I can use a method name is public void scanning. Abstract method of scanning. So likewise, here I can expanding other class. So use comma to connect other interface scanner. Here the two interfaces are connected. Here the two interfaces are connected. So likewise, you can expand the scanner function. For example, scanning, scanning. Here I get PDF document is scanned. Something you are going to do that. So likewise, here you can use a second computer printer scanner. So you can connect this scanner here. So this is document is scanning. So this is the way we can connect at the program from the Java program. We can use multiple interfaces at the same time. There's a one example I can give. So see, just we can execute it, so we'll get a different answer. So this document can be scanned. It will use mistake. Get the scanning. So, so this is the example for multiple interfaces. For example, I can use a two kind of interfaces, one for printer, another for scanner. From I can create a multiple classes. From the multiple classes, I can act with the concept of interface. So here is the example program. This is a sample program for doing interface with multiple interfaces. Here I can do this. So here the 60 computers, all the 60 computers are connected with that printer and scanner, and it is doing an operation. This is one small kind of explanation about interfaces. So likewise, we can create a multiple example. For example, 60 computer in the lab, all the 60 computers need to set up printer for printing, scanner for scanning. Here, very important thing is interface is created for abstract. Another example, real-time example for this interfaces is one real-time example. If you take IoT application, in IoT application, we are using a lot of IoT devices like Raspberry, Arduino, Galileo, a lot of boards we are using. You want to connect sensors, or you want to connect multiple like sensor, we can connect some GSM module, we connect, then we can connect some display units. So these are already the predefined interfaces are available. Just we can connect with that component and what the device, or for example, how the sensor can do, how the actuator can do. We can write the code from the class. This is another one example for how the interface is going to work. Take ATM. ATM functionality, balance. We can check the balance. We can do the withdraw operation. We can do the deposit operation. Each method they have a unique function. So we already is available. The predefined interface is available. Just we can insert our ATM card while the basic will activate for your account. While the another important you take a OTP generation. So OTP generation predefined function is available. If you want the expansion of OTP from your class, we can expand it. So these are all the sample application which is used in interface. So what is the main difference between interface and inheritance? So we have inheritance and we have interface. So inheritance means this is extending the features like class, their objects, methods, data, numbers from one class, that is base class to derived class. Just we can extend it. We can use the properties, we can use the method from one class to another class. That is called base class. We call the super class. The derived class is just the subclass. We can use the property. This is going to extend it. So in interface is a connecting interface or access to other classes to use the tactile. Means this is going to implementing the interface to other classes. Very simple. Just interface is defined. Interface is defined in the subclasses or derived classes use the interface and expand it. This is the difference between interface and inheritance. So both they have a derivatives, both they have actually the properties and methods. But thing is, in inheritance when it is going to derive, we can derive the property or we can derive the method. We can use the keyword which is usually used externally. But while using interface is going to be abstract. Just interface is created. Whenever you want to interface, just you are going to expand. This is the difference between the interface and interface. Regarding interface, we have a task. I will take some task for interface. It is available. Here I can share one link. These are all various interface tasks. Here some 5 to 6 tasks is given. So how the interface is. For example, write a Java program to create interface with the shape. I can create the interface name the shape and get area. So if you want to calculate different get area, you can do it. I will take one first program to solve here. For example, this is the program. For in this program, what we can do is here the interface is clearly mentioned. So what are the interfaces? Like here the interface name is shape and get area is a method. It's an abstract method. From class, we can create a three classes. For example, rectangle, circle, triangle. What the thing is, get area is a method is available. So if you select the class name is rectangle, rectangle, what is the input given for rectangle, get area will go. What is the formula for circle? We can apply this. Triangle, we can use it for triangle. So we can use this way to perform this operation. For example, interface, shape, and create a method in this public void get area. This is abstract. So for the explanation for get area, you can use it in your class. For example, you create class name is rectangle. Inside that, use the method name is public get area. So what is the get area? You can write a formula for get area and uh, area of rectangle. You can do that. So in the main class, we can call this. So this way, we can do the program. This way, we can do the program for interface. Likewise, the lot of tasks are given. Here I can share the link about for Java interface. You can try the programs. You can try all this code, all the programs. You'll get a different meaning about interface. So normally interface which is used for connecting multiple. For example, creating real-time application interface is very important. Why it is important? You can keep the interface and no need to give explanation about their methods. If you want to use the method, some your user can define your own interface and do the operation. Okay. So that's all about the few information about interface. While you can do the program, you will get